We just learned of a verdict in the trial of former Loudoun County School Superintendent Ziegler.
The jury ruled Ziegler is guilty of retaliating against a special education teacher for speaking out on a matter of public concern, but he's not guilty of penalizing her for testifying before a special grand jury.
Now, Ziegler faced misdemeanor charges following an investigation into the school district's handling of 2 sexual assault cases at 2 different schools. Right now, I want to bring in our WUSA 9 digital investigative reporter, Jordan Fisher. Jordan, you've been following this case from the very beginning, so how much time is Ziegler looking at here?
Well, Lorenzo, before we even get to that, we should know that his attorney has already promised a lengthy motion arguing that the judge should throw out the jury's verdict here. Now, that's part of every criminal case. You always see that, but she seems to think that she has a really good chance here. She's already preparing it, and she's argued throughout that this has been a politically motivated prosecution. Now, back to the time he could face, this is in Virginia a Class 1 misdemeanor. He faces up to 12 months or a year in prison. Now, it's hard to say what he might actually get because this is a relatively new law that doesn't have really any precedence under it. It was only passed in 2006. Even when they were instructing the jury, the attorney said they were kind of having to figure out as they go because there's no model jury instruction for this.
Sure. Okay. Now, we know this has been, of course, highly publicized, highly followed. So many people have been watching, and we know it took the jury about 6.5 hours just to deliberate. How did they come to the split decision?
That's right. So there were 2 charges here. One was for retaliating against a special ed teacher for talking to an outside activist about what she felt was the administration's failure to handle inappropriate touching of her and her teacher's aide. The other was for retaliation, again, for her talking to a special grand jury. And that second charge is the one that he was acquitted of. Now, essentially what the jury heard was a lot of evidence about that first charge, about how under the spotlight of that investigation, prosecutors said Superintendent Ziegler was, angry that she had brought even more negative attention to the district, and he wanted to make sure that she was removed to send a signal to the other people. They saw much less evidence about any response to her testimony before that special grand jury.
Okay, like it sounded like what you said before. This is we have a verdict, but this isn't the end.
That's right.
All right, Jordan, thank you. And you can expect more from WUSA 9 on this breaking news. For updates anytime, just download the WUSA 9 app on your phone and watch us anytime for free using the WUSA 9 Plus streaming app.